A lot of time on social media, just scrolling for the sake of scrolling, and especially when you're looking at news and media in terms of politics and things that are happening around the world, especially things that are happening here. What's happening is that your negativity is being amplified. It's like getting kerosene and putting it on fire. You're going to amplify that fire. Okay, and this is what happens when you do this. Your anger and jealousy increases, your hatred increases, your victimhood increases, your addictions grow and develop. And one of the biggest addictions in the world, junk food, sugar, pornography, social media, alcohol, drugs. Someone's making billions and billions of dollars out of that. So it's in everyone's interest that are making billions and billions of dollars to keep you negative. Because if you're negative and then we throw kerosene over that and it makes you angry and jealous and envious and victimhood and it increases your addictions, people are going to make, certain people are going to make a lot of money. This always leads to anxiety and depression. Make no mistake about that. This is why we've got record levels of anxiety and we've got record levels of depression. This is why we've got record levels of stress. See, social media is an addiction. It's done that way for you to keep going back. And so over the years, you'll ask yourself, well, how did I get negative? How did I start getting negative? How did I start feeling angry? How did I start feeling like a victimhood? That came from a flawed education system. And that flawed education system created an overwhelming majority of fixed negative mindset. That is, most people came out of the education system with a fixed mindset. 95% of people from the age of 25 to the day they die will have exactly the same thoughts and ideas. And watch this and think about this. If it's a fixed negative mindset, your brain function is on decline. Your brain function is always on decline. And I'm talking about the fundamental emotion here. Because you see people out there, most people out there, they're always showing their superficial emotion. Go out there and pretend to be happy. Go out there and pretend to be nice. Go out there and pretend. Just be some robot. Go to a large corporation out there and you see the people there, they're like robots. But within there, you can see how miserable they are, how stressful they are, because they're just superficial. The only way you change your mindset, the only way you change your brain function is to get out of this. And the only way you do that is through actions. Now, actions. What kind of actions? And this is why I keep talking about deep learning education, because deep learning education is all about taking actions. It's all about solving problems towards an ecstatic desire. What's an ecstatic desire? Ecstatic desire is passion, hobbies, problem solving, creativity, times it by 1,000. Okay? That's when you find your ecstatic desire. So we find what our ecstatic desire is, then we know where to go. 90% of the work is actually finding the ecstatic desire. When you have found that ecstatic desire, your brain now is in super genius brain function. Because your brain is in joyfulness and ecstasy. And when your brain is in joyfulness and ecstasy, it's in that growth positive mindset. Growth positive mindset. When your brain's in growth positive mindset, it's functioning and blossoming and growing. It's a bit like a beautiful garden, it's just growing beautifully, well designed. And the thing is, it's limitless. And every single human being in the world has this capacity. Now this is the thing. Notice this, okay? People say to get rid of this, and it's true, you've got to do actions. but what type of actions are we going to do? And sometimes people do a little bit of their passion and it alleviates their negativity. You do a little bit of hobbies and it alleviates your negativity. You do a little bit of problem solving and it alleviates your negativity. And same with creativity. You can do something creative and it alleviates, but it's not enough, because the thing is, with deep learning education, especially with my latest course, the Deep Learning Billionaire Mindset, we are doing all this chasing an ecstatic desire. Now, in that course, our ecstatic desire is to become a billionaire mindset, because your real ecstatic desire you will find through practice and practice and practice. As I said, it's doing all this times 1,000. And the Deep Learning Billionaire Mindset not only is a world first deep learning education that tackles all the 8 pillars, but you can't finish it without making money. And it's specifically designed that way because now the brain's chasing. When you're following a passion and you're chasing, it's a different type of action. When you're following your hobbies and you're chasing, it's a different type of action. Problem solving towards a specific action is a different type of action. When you're creating and when you're being creative as an action, chasing something. So when you're being creative as an action, chasing something, it's a different type of action. So it's not just enough to go and do an action. It's not just enough to go on the weekend and, you know what, I'll play tennis because that's my passion. That's not enough to get rid of your negativity. That's not enough to get rid of this. And that's why people, they try everything, and they've tried all these online courses, and they've gone to these doctors, and they've gone everywhere, and now they're on pharmaceuticals, they're taking pills. People are out there right now trying to sell pills, pharmaceuticals. I'm not telling you not to take that, but I know people that have been on these pills for years and years and years and years and years, and nothing's happened because they can't break out of this. And because when they do some of these actions, it's not consistent, but we're not chasing something. We're not chasing something. The whole purpose within Deep Learning Billionaire Mindset is you're doing all this, chasing something. Now, initially, it's not your personal ecstatic desire, because finding your personal ecstatic desire is a skill set, is a practice in itself. You can't just go and wake up one day and say, hey, I found my ecstatic desire. However, doing all this consistently by chasing something, and in this course we say your ecstatic desire, we've given it to you, is billionaire mindset. We're getting you in that frame where you're actioning your passion, actioning your hobbies, actioning your problem solving skills, your creativity skills, and as you're actioning because you're chasing. You're actually chasing something. And through that mode, your brain starts to get into this deep learning machine. It becomes automated, and all of a sudden you're turning into a growth positive mindset, and all of a sudden your brain starts to explore and start to experience new things. And when you start to experience, explore, and you're chasing something like an ecstatic desire, eventually what will happen, you will find your personal ecstatic desire. And the day you find your personal ecstatic desire, find it, in other words, you know what it is, which is 90% there, you are in that genius mindset mode. And when you're in that genius mindset mode, your brain is full of joyfulness and ecstasy. In other words, that's the mode where you will just accelerate it, and every single action that you do, passion, hobbies, problem solving, creativity, will all be focused on getting to your ecstatic desire, and that will be the adventure of a lifetime. And all this will be gone